Hello and welcome to another webinar. Hi guys, my name's Afsana from UK Bright Education. We have a very distinguished guest. Professor Yeamin, please introduce yourself if you can.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Afsana. Professor Dr. Yeamin Hossain from the University of Rajshahi. Basically, I am working on fisheries. Okay, so that's from my side now. We'll talk more, inshallah.
Brilliant. So basically, ladies and thank you. No problem. Thank you very much, Professor. So basically, my friends, I hope I'm seeing a lot of students asking lots of questions. If you're interested in studying the UK, inshallah, as you can see, the professor is very passionate about education. He is very concerned about all of his students. Look, how kind can he be? So inshallah, with his support, with Allah's support, Allah will come everything. Basically, with the collaboration with UK Bright Education, we would really like to give you informative webinars. So inshallah, it will be guidance for you in small digestive chunks so that you can understand the process. And then when you're ready to go, when you want to apply, we're professors here and we're here to help you through the process. Right. So inshallah. So basically, I've got lots of any questions you have, please just put them in the box and we'd happy to answer them live. Right. Okay. So let's start with the questions. So the first, these are all professor students questions. So here we go. Okay. So the first question is, what type of documents are needed for UK university admission? Right, Professor, I'm going to put you on the spot now. Do you know what documents are needed? Let's see if you know.
Actually, you know that I'm working here with the students. Those are interested to get abroad with scholarships and sometimes their own funded. So mostly, you know that they're concerned with when they'll arrive and before arrive, what type of things they needed. You know, especially the documents. Yeah, that is very concerned for them. After arrival, of course, you are there. You can help them very easily, especially those are planning to go UK. I hope your cooperation and your help will be very effective for them to adapt there, inshallah. So basically, students need what types of preparation they need actually for higher studies, especially bachelor's, master's, and sometimes PhD. How they prepare their self.
Brilliant. So basically, the answer is pretty straightforward. Number one, you need an international passport. If you don't have a passport, or if your passport is not valid, unfortunately, universities are not willing to give an admission if you don't have a valid passport. Minimum 6 months. Minimum 6 months. That's number one. Number two, if it depends, Professor. So if it's bachelor's or master's, I'll start with master's first. You'll need your degree transcript, degree certificate. You need those two, the official transcript, official certificate. Also, work recommendation letter, academic recommendation letter. So if professor is your academic referee, you need to be very nice with him. So then he can give you a reference. If you have any visa rejection letters, okay, very important. If you've had a visa rejection in the past, it is good to declare it in advance. So you need to share that. So those are the things. Those are the things. Right, a quick hello. We've got Halima. Hello, Halima. Thank you for coming. Any questions you have, please write in the chat. That's why we're here. Okay, right. So basically what is, my friends, those are the documents. Now, if you're a bachelor student, so students who finish HSC, what about you guys? Well, basically, it's pretty similar. Passport again. Number two is your HSC certificate, HSC transcript, academic recommendation. Now, one thing very important is your IELTS. Very important. We need, the admissions team at different universities, they do need an English language evidence. We call it SELT, Secured English Language Test. One of them is IELTS. There are many, many more. TEFL, PTE, Duolingo. There's many. So if you do one, that's very helpful. It opens the doors so you can get, the chances of getting an admission increases. So you need IELTS exam. IELTS test. Okay, right. So that's that. Professor, I believe you studied abroad. Did you need a lot of documents when you studied in Japan?
I think something same. What you mentioned, this type of things. That means these documents are really needed. Even someone is planning to go to Japan. The same things you
Yep,
needed.
it is similar, very similar. Another question, my friend. Oh, we have a person who just talked. Okay, we have. Hello, Assalamu alaikum, Muhammad Azizur Rahman. Is he one of your students, Professor?
I think someone from English, because I
Oh,
sent the links, so they will
they must have,
hopefully.
they must know. Yeah,
Yeah.
brilliant. Thank you for coming. যদি আপনার কোনো যদি প্রশ্ন থাকে, please, I can't read Bangla, but Professor can. So if you've got any questions, do ask. If it's in Bangla and English, not a problem. We'd be happy to help. Brilliant. Okay, so the next question is payment plan. Very, very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. Yes.
It's so important. It is a deciding factor for many families. Very important. Now, first things first. In total, I'm going to ask the professor another question. I'm putting him on the spot today.
No, please,
Um,
please.
do you know how many UK universities there are in total? Any ideas?
I don't have idea actually because I did not study the UK's.
No problem at all. So
Yeah.
basically, we have over 140 different universities in the UK, 140. Everybody's payment plan is different. Everybody's initial deposit is different. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say. But just to give an idea, because Professor would like to have an idea, sometimes because we're talking about Bangladesh here, the initial deposit could be 50% of the fee. 50% before you apply for your visa. Okay. Now, what about fee? You might be thinking, how much is the fee in the UK? Again, it depends on rankings. Right, Professor, are Bangladeshi students bothered about rankings? Is that a consideration? Are they concerned about ranking?
Uh, it depends on the person or students, that. But especially those are planning to go for bachelor degrees, mostly they don't consider the rankings. But if plan for PhD from the from the faculty members, they need the
Good
ranking
ranking.
universities,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But
So
masters or the bachelors, they mostly they don't consider.
they're not worried. It's not a
Yeah,
concern.
yeah, it's
Okay, okay.
yeah.
So, like China, it is a big, big deal. Ranking is a huge deal in China because if you don't go to a high-ranking university, they won't even guarantee you a job interview. But in other parts of the world, it's a different scenario. Other factors need to be considered. So, for example, UK Bright Education, we work with middle ranking, low ranking, and one or two high ranking universities, not many, because the majority of our students are from Southeast Asia or Africa. So, yeah, I'm just going to give you a rough idea. So fees could range from 15,000, 16,000, 17,000 pounds. If I convert that to Bangladeshi taka, it could be up to 17 লক্ষ টাকা, 18 লক্ষ টাকা. So it could vary
So
depending on the subject.
17 লক্ষ
Yeah,
18 টাকা total
fees,
course,
fees. So
total
maximum.
fees. That means if is someone planning to for planning for the
For the
bachelor degree যদি
bachelor's.
কেউ করতে চায় 4 বছরের কোর্স, সেই ক্ষেত্রে এইরকম টাকা লাগবে, 17-18 লক্ষ টাকা লাগবে
Yeah.
টোটাল।
The total. So basically, I mean, লক্ষ টাকা বলছি because, let's add more and more.
কিছু
So
হতে পারে, কিছু এদিকে হতে পারে,
either
জি।
pound hook,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Right.
It might
Hello,
be
Rosalind.
sometimes it might be 20 lakh. So
Yeah,
এটা
yeah.
কি একসাথে দেয়া লাগে কি একইবারে দেয়া লাগে কিনা?
না দেওয়া লাগবে না একসাথে। So basically, my friends, যেটা বললাম, if you are Bangladeshi origin, so if your nationality is Bangladesh, for example, then you may be asked to pay. Maximum will be not maximum. You could every university is different. Like I said, some universities ask for 50%, so ordek. So, for example, if your fee is £16,000, then you need to pay £8,000 before you receive the CAS. So before you apply for a visa, you have to pay £8,000. Other universities, the initial deposit could be less. So it depends on the university. So that's just to give you an idea, just for idea. What about the rest? How do you pay the rest? So after enrollment, after you've successfully got your visa, then you need to consult with the university. UK Bright Education will guide you, so don't worry. So basically, you can agree an installment plan with the university. Let's say, for example, De Montfort University. I'm from Leicester. Our company is from Leicester. Democracy University is one of the universities. They from Bangladesh they want 50% of the fee, £8,000, and the other £8,000 they wanted to pay in kisti, so in installments, two
mm,
installments. Okay, one is probably in November, and the other one's in February, April, something like that. So two installments. Let's say for masters or for bachelors. So every year. Okay,
mm,
so it depends. So basically, Professor, what I'd like to say to you and to our lovely viewers is that when we do the consultation call, usually it's me. What will happen is that right at the beginning, I will ask you what is your budget. Okay, because Professor, he's a very sensible guy. He knows you have to cut according to your means. Cut. What's the
yeah.
saying? Cut your coat according to your. What's the saying? Cut
I I
your.
I বুঝি ভাই করা।
Yes, yes,
But
yes. Oita. Oita. In
I
Bangla,
বুঝি,
that's what it is. I don't know what it's in English.
yeah, I
There is a
বুঝি ভাই
meaning.
করা।
Rosalind, someone tell me, cut your coat according to your means, something like that. So,
হুম,
so basically, what it is, my friends, the first question we will ask you as a responsible agent is, what is your budget? How much is your maximum initial deposit? আপনি কতটুকু পর্যন্ত দিতে রাজি?
হুম,
Because
হুম, হুম,
if you stay within your limit, you can survive and everything else. If you go beyond your budget, we're all humans. We need to
হুম,
survive. We don't want anybody to struggle. Okay,
yeah,
so it's very important. So that's one of the things. Budget is very important. So initial deposit কতটুকু হবে, installment plan টা কি? If you talk to us, if you talk to professor, it's the same thing. It depends on the
হুম,
university, and you need to in your mind think how much money do I have and by what time. Okay.
okay.
Now,
So another things related to this discussion.
yes,
আমরা
professor.
যদি যদি কেউ প্ল্যান করে ওখান থেকে ওই ইউনিভার্সিটি থেকে কোনো স্কলারশিপের সুবিধা আছে কিনা পরবর্তীতে পাওয়ার বা এরকম কিছু?
Yes. Thank you to Fal Ahmed. Cut your coat according to your clothes. Yes, I think you're right with that saying. Okay. Right. Scholarships. Yes, we do have scholarships, my friends. In the UK, for example, if you're going for masters, the better your qualification, the better your score. Now, Professor will highlight about Rajshahi University, but basically in UK admissions, they don't really accept 3-year degree from bachelors. It has to be a 4-year degree. So, Professor, at Rajshahi, are they all 4-year degrees? All the
No,
bachelor
no, no,
degrees?
totally 4 years degree all.
Okay, okay. So there you go. So basically, number one, you've got to make sure you've got to do the 4 years, and then also depending if you've got to up first class or second class upper, then you can get scholarship. Scholarship also depends on how you pay, when you pay, and how much. I'm very sorry to say, money talks. Money does talk.
Yeah, yeah.
So for example, if you pay, let's say, 50% of, let's say, for example, professor's applying for, he's overqualified anyway. If he applies for a master's in September, if he pays all of his fee by, let's say, I don't know, May, all of it, he will get a big scholarship. But if he pays a bit of it, he gets a smaller scholarship. But everything will be written in the offer letter. Okay, and we
Um,
will explain to you during consultation.
Inshallah.
Okay,
What about
inshallah.
the masters? For budget for
Masters is the
masters?
same. Budget for master is very similar. Now, I must add, okay, I'm a scientist, so I can say this, and professor's a scientist as well, life scientist. So we have to be very careful what we say. Basically, business-related courses are a bit cheaper than STEM-related subjects. It's common sense. They don't need a lot of equipment. It's just a lecture in front of students. So the equipment is a bit less. If you are going for a STEM subject, ladies and gentlemen, computer science, cybersecurity, microbiology, genetics, the cost will be a bit more. Okay,
Yeah.
so do keep that in mind. Bachelor, master, it is the same. STEM subjects, so science, technology, engineering, and mathematical, they're all a bit more. So around 15, 16, 17. And business tends to be a bit on the lower side, around 15, 16, depending on the ranking. So that's what it is.
So masters 2 years or 1.5 years? Duration period?
Uh, So duration, okay. So the duration in the UK, Professor, basically is usually masters tends to be 12 months, usually 12 months. So for example, let's say, who do you have in the audience? Let's say we have Rosalind in the audience. Okay, we have Rosalind. She applies for a master's in September. Her visa will be September all the way to following September. Okay. For example, if Halima, she applies for a master which is in January, her course might not be 12 months, it might be 18 months. It might be 18 months. Professor, do you know why if you started a master's in September, why is it 12 months? But if you're in January, the course is 18 months long. Do you know why there's a difference?
I don't have idea from UK
Okay,
system.
okay. No problem. So
Mm.
basically, Professor, and my viewers at home, basically in the summer, university is closed. University is closed. So, for example, Halima, we said wanted to apply for masters in January. So January till June, university is open. From June to September, university is closed. So that's
Mm.
why our visa will be a bit longer than, let's say, Rosalind who wanted to apply in September. Now, that's an advantage. There's an advantage. Longer courses have a big advantage. The
Mm.
advantage is you have more opportunity to work part time. Okay,
Mm.
you have more opportunity to work part time. Basically, I'm going to write this in the chat. 20 hours a week, term
So
time.
what about the students? They are they will have the work permit or some things to. That
Yes,
means after
yes.
school.
Yep, that's for sure. Basically, my friends, as Professor just rightly said, you are allowed to work part-time. So term time, class time, you are allowed to work 20 hours a week if it's for bachelor's or for master's. And during the holidays, you can work full-time. So, Professor, you are allowed to work part-time during class. When it's the holidays, you can work full-time. You can work full-time. How long is the summer holidays at Rajshahi University? How long is the summer break?
Before summer, around 20 days
20
or
days
20
only,
days.
matro.
But nowadays, it is almost 10 days or 15 days.
My
After
goodness.
COVID-19, it makes shorten already.
Oh,
There is
really? My
the winter
goodness.
vacation we have. Previously, it was around 10 to 15 days, but now just 4 5 days.
My goodness, I feel sorry for your students. In the UK, my friends, basically what it is, the UK, my goodness, it starts from June all the way till October. So we're talking about 3 months. So that's
Uh,
whole of June, July, hold on, July, August, September. That's 3 months. That's
can
12
work
weeks.
really.
Yes, that you can work full time. You can work full time. Also, my friends, Christmas minimum, university is closed for 2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks. Also, we have Easter. Easter, we're closed minimum 1 week, maximum 2 weeks. So there's a lot of opportunity to work part time. Oh, we have some of your students, Professor. We've got Tanvir Wahid Tamim.
Yes, yes, he's one of the students is working with me also. So
Oh, walaikum.
another small questions is on query. So
Yeah.
after the after
Hello.
she's my daughter.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Yeah. So what about after after getting degree? They can work there or work permit they have.
Yes, yes. You are very connected with your student. We've got Noor knows here. It says, is there any job search visa after graduation? If so, what is the duration? Very good question, my friends. Basically, by law, Professor, you are allowed to stay in the UK for 2 years after graduation. After
Uh,
graduation, you can stay in the UK for 24 months.
24
So
months.
for 24 months, you can do whatever you want. Ja itcha you can do, but that clock will run out. After that 2 years, if you don't secure a job, you have to go back home.
So
So you're on a
what
deadline.
actually the students can do? Like if someone is planning to stay UK with a job, is there possibility after getting? I think most of the students, those are planning to live there after getting degrees, they can. I think.
It can. Okay, I'm going to be very honest with you, with Professor, because honestly, I'm from Sylhet, so I'm going to say in Sylheti, সত্যি কথা বলে if you talk the truth, sometimes people don't like. So I'm going to say it anyway. Basically, Professor, getting a master's in the UK is not a guarantee to get a job. It doesn't guarantee. It's a minimum requirement. It's a minimum requirement. শুধু মাস্টার্স UK থেকে আসলে it's not enough. So basically what it is, my friend, যেরকম professor, very active. He's always been active with his publications. That's why he's got the gold touch. He gets the funding. That's what you need to do, students. As soon as you get to, even before you graduate, my friends, from the beginning, as soon as your plane lands, you have to start networking. You have to get a LinkedIn profile. You need to start doing internships, work experiences. Professor is very active like this with his students. You need to start interviewing dosh bishtana, ponchash, eksho, deshota. Okay. For example, Professor, my daughter, she's at university. She got tired just by applying to 20 internships. I said, are you tired already? Matra bishta. You have to do double or triple because competition ase. So if you're a good student, if you're a good student, that does help, but it's not, I'm sorry to say, it's not a guarantee. You have to apply depending on your practical experience, how active you are, and depends on your experience. Because Professor, আমি জানি আপনিও আমার সাথে এগ্রিমেন্টে হবেন যদি আমরা সবাইকে বলি আসো আসো এই রাস্তা সবকিছু গোল্ডেন সবকিছু সহজ এটা বললে তো এটা উচিত না তাই না so we should tell the truth that look মেহনতে রহমত if you work hard পরিশ্রম করতে হয় অনেকেই আসে 50 100 150টা অ্যাপ্লিকেশনস করা লাগে to get a good job. So that's my honest answer.
So how the percentage after getting masters?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
They can get PhD or other
Yes,
scholarships?
of course. Yeah. So basically, let's say, for example, God forbid, Allah na korok, jodi, for example, apnar studentরা যদি তারা কাজ যদি না পায়, what happens? Very good question. Professor's already worried about you. I don't know if you realize Professor's very worried and concerned about his students. মনে করো after masters তুমি কাজ যদি আপনারা কাজ না পান after 24 months তখন কি হবে? So basically this is immigration, it's nothing to do with me now. You can apply for another degree if you want, or you have to look for a different type of visa. Okay. Now, Professor, he's a very active researcher. I'm sure he doesn't want his students to keep studying. Jobbe jawa lagbe, matite nama lagbe. But শুধু আমি আর উনি বললে হবে না, you have to push yourself. এই দুনিয়াতে কেউ তোমার ফ্রেন্ড না, সবাই দুশমন মনে করো। নিজের পুশ নিজেই করা লাগে। মা বাপ ছাড়া আর কেউ আসলে supportive না. And you have to actually do it yourself. But in terms of geography, the more south you go, London, the more down you go, there's more job opportunities. So যেখানে বড় শহর, more opportunities, more companies. So let's say Manchester, Birmingham, London. For STEM subjects, we have the Golden Triangle. So that's Oxford, Cambridge, and London for biology, let's say, for example. Okay.
Okay.
Right, we have Noor Nose. Thank you so much. I'm really happy that you're here. We have Shujal Kushwaha. Thank you for coming. We have a question from Raufil Fame. Right. Oh, this is for you, Professor. This question is for you.
Does an university of UK accept
MY?
Get admission for MS research?
For MRes. Oh, I thought someone might talk about MRes. Okay. Right. Professor may or may not know this. Professor, basically by law, our previous Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, he brought a new law from January 2024. Raufil knows this, that basically what it is, by law, you can no longer bring your Raufil, I'm just going to remove that. You can no longer bring your dependents. So আগে প্রফেসর যারা মাস্টারের জন্য আসতো তারা হাজব্যান্ড ওয়াইফ ফ্যামিলিকে নিয়ে আসতে পারতো আপ টিল লাস্ট ইয়ার জানুয়ারি, কিন্তু আমাদের প্রাইম মিনিস্টার এক্স প্রাইম মিনিস্টার সব বন্ধ করছে ফর পলিটিক্যাল রিজনস। ওকে, তারপরে সে তো ইলেকশনে গিয়ে সে নকআউট হয়েছে। এনিওয়ে দ্যাটস পলিটিক্স। সো বেসিক্যালি কিন্তু একটা উপায় আছে যেটা রফিল বলছে, রফিল ফেম, that MRES madhyame you can come. MRES is basically, this is professor's favorite, I think. MRES mani hocche master research. Minimum 70% of your master's minimum, you will be doing research on an independent project yourself. The remaining percent, you'll be doing few modules on how to do research. So data analytics, quantitative methods, research literature review, how to write critically, all those.
Yeah.
But basically, Rolfil's question is, can you do without IELTS? Can you do with MOI? MOI mani hocche, for those who don't know, medium of instruction English. Unfortunately, the universities that we work with, tara MOI accept korbe na, apnar IELTS kora lagbe. Unfortunately, the answer is no. Asa onek university, bhalo university, but খুবই ভালো university. I'm happy to share that list with you. কিন্তু for MRES, for education, I'm happy to help you with Bolton University. কিন্তু তাদের জন্য আপনার, you need IELTS. So just DM professor or DM me will be happy to help you with that. কিন্তু IELTS লাগবে. Right, professor, আপনার কি মানে আপনার মতামত কি যে স্টুডেন্টরা অনেক করতে চায় না IELTS, or they don't feel like doing it? What do you have to say?
Nowadays, it has been changed. এখন কিন্তু বাংলাদেশি most of the students they are very interested to go abroad with scholarships. So for scholarships, for applying scholarships, they need IELTS either or TOEFL. So আগে স্টুডেন্ট আসলে ইন্টারেস্ট ছিল না, কিন্তু এখন কিন্তু বেশিরভাগ স্টুডেন্টই কিন্তু they are much interested for IELTS.
Money scope to bare. So basically, if you do IELTS, so Rofil, if you do IELTS, it will help you to open more doors. Okay? Jodi IELTS jodi na korte chan, no problem. Dorkar hole PT korlen, otoba TOEFL, otoba Duolingo. Kintu সবচেয়ে the universal English language test হচ্ছে IELTS, আর বাকি সবচেয়ে accepted, কিন্তু IELTS mainly accepted, money widely accepted. Right, Nuzhat Chaudhary, আপনাকে একজন সালাম দিয়েছেন, professor.
Walaikum assalam. Okay, thank you, Nuzhat.
Okay, brilliant. So basically, ওইটা হচ্ছে আমাদের তিনটা প্রশ্ন. We asked 3 questions. Number 1 হচ্ছে documents কি কি লাগবে. So I hope you understood that. দরকার হলে we'll put timestamp যেটা আপনি নিজে দেখতে পারবেন. Number 2 হচ্ছে fees, initial deposit and payment plan. Trust me, my students, পয়সা ছাড়া কিছুই হবে না. You need money. So দরকার হলে এই ওয়েবিনার আপনার প্রফেসর ওয়েবিনার দেখে আস্তে আস্তে সঞ্চয় করা শুরু করবেন, আস্তে আস্তে সেভ করবেন। এখন আপনারা আইডিয়া পেয়েছেন যে মোটামুটি লাগবে 15 থেকে 17,000 পাউন্ড for the fees, কিন্তু প্রফেসর লিভিং কস্ট অ্যাড করতে হবে। সো মনে করেন another 10,000 পাউন্ড, কারণ থাকা খাওয়ার খরচও লাগবে। ওকে, so ভিসার জন্য দুইটা জিনিস দেখাতে হয়। So I'm talking Bangla. Hope you don't mind. আমার বাংলা খুবই broken, কারণ আমি এই দেশের বনপ্রজা।
All right, we can understand.
No problem. So basically, according to law, to get a successful student visa, you need 2 things. The UK government need to know, can you live in the UK and can you pay your fees? ওই দুইটা জিনিসটা ব্যাংকে রাখতে হবে মাত্র just for 28 days. Just 4 সপ্তাহ। হাই স্টুডেন্টের অ্যাকাউন্ট অথবা মা বাপের অ্যাকাউন্ট। যদি মনে করেন একজনের হাজবেন্ডের অ্যাকাউন্টে হয়, অসুবিধা নাই, এটা ওয়াইফের অ্যাকাউন্টে, মানে যে স্টুডেন্ট হচ্ছে যে মানুষ হচ্ছে স্টুডেন্ট তাদের অ্যাকাউন্টে থাকা লাগবে। ওকে, সো স্টুডেন্টের অ্যাকাউন্ট অথবা মা বাপের অ্যাকাউন্ট, মাস্টার্স হোক ব্যাচেলার হোক দুজনই সেম। অ্যাকাউন্টটা হতে হবে, it has to be a normal account. বিজনেস অ্যাকাউন্ট চলবে না, শেয়ারস অ্যাকাউন্ট চলবে না, আর বিটকয়েন অ্যাকাউন্ট চলবে না। ওই 3টা জিনিসে ভিসা রিজেকশন হয়। ওকে, আরো অনেক কিছু কথা আছে বলার, ওইটা একটু টেকনিক্যাল। So inshallah আগামী একটা ওয়েবিনারতে এই নিয়ে আমরা কথা বলতে পারবো। Okay, right, inshallah. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 13 people watching. Is there anybody else who've got any questions? Oh, we have Noor. Right, let's see. IELTS 7 for public. My goodness, we have a published student here. First author grade, more than 90%. MashaAllah, 7 years studying in South Korea. Is there any hope for scholarship? Yes, there is. There is. So basically, there's one year. My goodness, this. No, you're a clever person, right? There is one university that will give gold, silver, bronze scholarship. I think you might actually qualify for the gold scholarship. Do contact the professor, or please contact us. We'll be more than happy to help you out. So inshallah, if you could get in touch, You're publishable, so universities like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So one more is Tanushri. Can PT be accepted? Yes. It depends on the university. It depends on the university. Professor, আমি একটা idea দিয়ে দেই. For example, this is
Please.
just for Bangladesh. For De Montfort University, basically, if you're going for a business or a computing course, you need IELTS 6. If you're
Okay.
going for art, design, and engineering courses, তাহলে লাগবে IELTS 6 to 6.5. If you're going for humanities, media, law, and science subject, then you need an overall score of 6.5. Okay,
Oh,
so it
okay.
নির্ভর করবে subject. So I'm going to put this in the chat. So সবাই জানবে. So it will be coming up on WhatsApp and Facebook and YouTube. Right, we've got a question from Hossain Al Numan. Wa alaikum assalam. Are there any scholarship opportunities for a bachelor program? Yes, there is. There is. We've got an intake in April and June for bachelors. You do need a HSC score of minimum 55%. We've got some really good scholarships. So, Proton Bosorcha £8,000 just for the first year, foundation year. Hussein, if you're interested, please contact the professor or contact us. We'd be more than happy to help you. But we do for April
Inshallah.
and for June, inshallah. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Any more questions? Right. I think we're running out of questions. Right. Professor, do you want to conclude our webinar today with your final thoughts or words?
Okay. Thank you very much. Really, I'm very happy to talk with you, and many students can understand what they actually needed from for especially for the higher studies in UK. So, but the one things I need to mention here, বিশেষ করে Bangladeshi students, they need to go to, they are really interested to go abroad, either UK, USA. But problems, they don't have interest to know how to conduct the research. That is the big problem. And sometimes they have the big score from IELTS, 7.5 or 8. But they are not interested in, that means for conducting research or to know how to conduct research from here. That's the big problem here, that.
It is.
Students nowadays, especially in the university, most of the universities students, they don't have interest for research. So it's a big concern. But if you look, for India beside our country, so they are big number of students are getting scholarships. Even they are going abroad for UK, USA, Canada, and other European countries. With these scholarships are also the self-funded. But before going there, they have some publications, they have good experience with writing. So once we discussed, with you, many students from Bangladesh are going to UK, even the self-funded, but they don't have how to write the assignment, simply assignment, they don't have idea. So for this region, the UK or that means the foreign universities, they are getting, they are getting bad image from Bangladeshi students. So I request Bangladeshi young fellows or students, please, at least before going to abroad, you should learn some special things, how to write your scientific papers, how to deal with the data, or how to write the assignment, or how to deal with the statistic analysis, especially how to write a good email to your professor, or how to make good cover letter or good CV. These things you need to know before going there. And if you have the good skill, or if you know these things so well, from your good MS, your young fellows will get more benefits from those professors or those universities. So I request all of you, please, before going abroad for higher studies, try to learn these things. So Professor Dr. Afsana, I'm really very impressed today with this webinar, and hopefully we'll have
We'll do some more in the future.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Especially I think you can help the Bangladeshi students, especially that we have weakness with IELTS. IELTS এর ক্ষেত্রে অনেকের weakness আছে,
হ্যাঁ
তো
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
উইকনেস পয়েন্টগুলো যদি আপনি তাদের কাছে ইউ ক্যান টিচ দেম, দে উইল বি মাচ বেনিফিটেড হোপফুল ইনশাআল্লাহ.
ইনশাল্লাহ ইনশাল্লাহ
So
থ্যাংক
if
ইউ
there
ভেরি
are
মাচ
questions, if you are here, if you have any more questions, then Professor Afsana can give the answer. Otherwise, we can end today.
call it
Inshallah.
a day. Right, thank you, Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much, Professor. He just gave me a promotion which I didn't deserve. He just called me doctor and professor. I have
Yeah,
none of those qualifications.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. No,
alhamdulillah, I don't mind. So
inshallah,
basic,
inshallah, inshallah,
inshallah, Allah
inshallah,
wills. Right, so basically,
inshallah,
my friends,
inshallah.
all I want to say, the doctor is saying a very important, valid point. Where are your academic skills? Where are your, these are soft skills, which, you know, our neighboring counterparts, let's say the Indian community or the Pakistani community, they are really high on that. You need to work on your own soft skills. Very important. Your university is there for a reason. Learn those and then move on. But also, he was saying also about research. Why are you not doing your research? Number one thing I would like to say is always consult with an agent who is, in Bangla, I would say, nirbachita agent for a university. For example, আমরা হচ্ছে আল্লাহ রহমত ছাড়া কিছুই না, we are a নির্বাচিত agent, direct agent for certain universities. সেজন্য we can give you সঠিক advice, the real advice in real time, যেটা হচ্ছে at the moment admissions আমাদের নিজস্ব একটা account manager থাকবে, so we can give you the direct information.
Dr. Afsana, sorry,
জি,
I'm going to. So one
no
thing
problem,
I need to mention, just 1 minute.
yeah.
One thing, so my students and fellows here, please remember one thing. So we have many agencies in Bangladesh. You know, they they need money. Of course, they need money, and by the money they can send you to other countries, USA, UK, or many other more universities. But you know that you should really need to know which one is best for you, which one is really can helpful for you. Many the many agencies make the, I know, the research proposal, recommendation letter, everything's by themselves. But after reached with the good scholarships, you will have much more problems because you don't have the idea, you don't have the knowledge on that one. So don't do this. Go to a real agency, especially UK Bright Foundation. I know them. I know Dr. Afsana very well, and my students also with her working for a long time. So I hopefully Dr. Afsana and her team can guide you properly, especially after your arrival at UK. They can continue their supports. That is very important after arrival, and that is most of the the most of the agencies in Bangladesh that is totally absent after arrival. They will not contact you even though you are in the dangerous condition. If you try to contact with them, they will not contact you properly. So this is very important. So thank you, Dr. Afsana, once again. Hopefully students will get benefits from you and your team also.
Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. If you need to go, you can go, Professor. You're very welcome. I've got lots of questions, so I'll go through them. But you're very welcome to stay. So I'm just going to answer those questions. We've got Tanushri. Can you share some partial fund, fully funded scholarship opportunities for agricultural background? Okay. So Tanushri, just massive favor. I just want to say, we don't deal with full scholarships. If you want for full scholarships, you need to apply for either Commonwealth, Fulbright, or British Council scholarships. I can't remember what their names are. You can, but you need to apply for them yourself. If you want an admission letter, contact us. But if you want full funding, we don't deal with that. But you need to go Fulbright, Commonwealth, and one more. I can't remember. Partial funding, okay. You can, depends on academic, and it depends on the university. Why don't you contact the professor or myself? We'll be more than happy to do a consultation call free of charge. We do not charge our services. What Professor was saying that Bangladeshi agents, I have my full respect for our Bangladeshi agents, but UK Bright Education, at the moment, we are not charging for our services. We are doing free consultation, free counseling, free application submission, and free application management. Professor's probably thinking, why is Afsana being so different, so weird? Actually, in actual fact, we are doing shukr to Allah that we get commission from the university.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, we are happy with that. My management team's on my back. They do want us to charge. At the moment, we're not charging. So, with goodwill, we'd like to help you. Professors here, you've got the endorsement of that. We can't really ask more than that. So I hope that helps. We have another student. Can you get scholarships based on your SAT on your bachelor's? Yes. Not scholarships. One thing you could do is, for example, in your HSC, for example, high school certificate in Bangladesh, if you got 55% average, you are here for a 4-year visa. If you got more than that, let's say 65% or more, your visa will be for 3 years. So you'll be saving your mom and dad 1 year's fee. Okay, so the better your grade, the better the less money you're spending, if that makes sense. Right, Noor knows, so generous. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Right, thank you so much, Professor, for your time. I'll let you go.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure you're very busy. It's very late at night in
No, no,
Bangladesh,
no
so I'll let you
problem.
go.
I'm very pleased to.
If you wanted information, you have the professor. He's right here, so do ask him any questions you want. And we've got our email address at the bottom. Do get in touch with us. We'll be more than happy to help you. Until next
Inshallah.
time, my friends. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu
Okay,
alaikum.
Allah Hafiz. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Bye bye.